Hello and welcome to this interview. As much as I know, I hope you have a good strategy prepared to answer my questions.
Yeah, I'm gonna be completely transparent. Basically, my strategy is tell you how I feel. So.
Okay, what's your name?
My name's Brendan Cox.
Where are you from?
I'm from Blend, which is an interactive e-learning company, but I'm from Brighton originally, in the UK, and I'm now here in Barcelona.
What did you study and which university did you graduate from?
So I went to Loughborough University in the UK and I studied design.
What kind of work are you doing now?
So we run strategy workshops with organisations to help them problem solve, basically. And then we provide solutions for training, onboarding, general kind of process improvement. Basically making people's resources go as far as they can.
Okay. When did you decide to become an advisor at Homeless Entrepreneur, and what impact do you aim to achieve thanks to this collaboration?
So we were looking for ways to contribute because me and my business partner had basically worked in industries where we were using our skills to sell things, and we wanted to apply the kind of problem-solving approaches that we have to help people, basically. And we didn't really know where to start in terms of homelessness. It was something that we were aware of. And it was only when we actually got in touch with the homeless entrepreneur, we realised there was a really good opportunity to actually partner with them and apply what we've learned in the corporate and commercial world and start solving problems that helped them and their team make the most of their resources. And so we can help them make a difference.
Perfect. What was your perception of homelessness before forming part of Homeless Entrepreneur?
I think my perception of it was that obviously I had deep empathy for the people that were homeless, but at the same time, I just wasn't clear how I could help. I mean, on a small scale, obviously food, warmth, kind of getting them a tent, something like that. But I just didn't really know where to start. And so it felt like it was a systemic problem and that it was something that would need a bigger strategy to make a big difference to. But I genuinely didn't know where to start with it.
And how did this perception changed since you are started advising at Homeless Entrepreneur?
I think because talking to Homeless Entrepreneur, they basically have the expertise because they've done the research, they have the contacts, they know how the people are affected and also kind of the problems that they face. And so it meant that as we do in our normal line of business, we could come in and use them as the expert and sort of really dig into both their sort of knowledge of the subject and what they needed to achieve to get it done. And then actually start making small changes that help them help change the system. So it gave us focus. It showed us which direction we should put our resources and our efforts in, which was good.
Good. And exactly what type of advisory support are you providing to homeless entrepreneurs?
So we get together with their teams and we basically...
Alexa, apaga la música.
Alexa, shush.
I will make a little cut here.
Yeah.
So tell me.
So what we do is we get together with homeless entrepreneurs teams of volunteers and their management team, and we discuss what the challenges are that they face in terms of just general day-to-day operations as well as the bigger picture problems. And then what we do is we sit back from that and we start coming up with approaches and think about how might we solve this problem. And then we develop processes and onboarding material and training material and tools that help them work more efficiently, basically.
Oh, fantastic. How important is to be well advised in order to one's goals?
It's vital. It's a bit like making a low budget movie when you've got less resources, so you need to be a lot more focused on how you use them. And so with something like Homeless Entrepreneur, where they've got a tight team of people working really hard on this, towards this vision, if they do it in the wrong direction, it makes a much, much bigger difference and wastes a lot more resources. So having a clear goal and then building a strategy that uses every little bit of people's energy in that one direction is basically vital.
Yes, basic. What professional milestone are you the proudest of and why?
I'd say when I realised that I'm proudest of is I used to use all of my skills to sell things, basically. So I created design, I created strategies, approaches, storytelling for the purposes of selling products. And I'm proudest of the fact that I didn't feel comfortable with it anymore, and that I actually realised maybe I could do this for something with a purpose. Mm-hmm. And I switched to e-learning, and I'm proudest of the fact I was right, that there is this huge opportunity for training people properly, for like solving problems that make a difference to people. And through the e-learning and professional side of it, we've discovered that we can then apply that to organisations that really need it, like Homeless Entrepreneur, and then we can literally see the impact that we make to an individual person who really, really needs it. And it's immensely satisfying, and I'm proud of the fact that we were right, basically. It's a good way to go.
It's okay. In reference to your professional growth and reaching your professional goals, how important are social media channels like LinkedIn?
They're vital, just because when the more focused we are on what we want to achieve, the more important it is to be in contact with the right people, and just sort of dangling the fishing rod out into Google and hoping that the right kind of customer, the right kind of person that needs help comes to you it's not accurate. And so something like LinkedIn, where we can go and find the right people that have the same values as us, is great. Helps us focus.
I agree. What are the challenges and benefits of collaborating as an advisor for homeless entrepreneurs?
The challenges are that resources are limited, which is why we're working together. But the advantages is that even with tiny little changes, you can really make a difference. So something as simple as, for the volunteers, they come and go often. And so onboarding is a huge resource drain, because every single new person to get up and running has to understand the overall vision of the project. And then they leave after 6 weeks or something like that. So having onboarding that really makes a difference means that they all make a difference. And so you actually see the impact pretty quickly, and that's really satisfying.
Okay, if you have to choose an action that could get the attention of international press, what would it be?
I think it would be demonstrating really clearly what impact this can have. And I think that Homeless Entrepreneur are getting close to having they're doing a survey at the moment, and then they'll be releasing a report that actually gives much better transparency to what the challenges are and what the impact can be if you contribute in a certain way. And I think that's a big thing for things like this, is people don't know where to start, and they don't know how to help. They just feel it. And so making it tangible, making it data-driven, making it visual and transparent means people can actually help and feel confident doing it.
Good. Out of all the interactions you have had as a homeless entrepreneur advisor, which one sticks out of the most and why?
I'd say the thing that sticks out most was that I went and spoke to some homeless people, and I asked them actually what was wrong and what challenges they faced. And I realised I'd made assumptions. Part of me, I realised, shied away from really asking those questions and going and talking to them, because there's this element of shame, of that they're in this state and I'm not, and I don't know how to help them. And so all of us avoid that, and we uncomfortable looking at it and really actually asking those questions. And I went and spoke to some homeless people and found out actually what their issues are, and found out that I'd been thinking about it the wrong way. I'd been looking at small moments where I could help and feel better about it, but in fact it didn't change their situation. And that there's problems like not being on the grid, not having communications, not being able to access the same services, not even being able to ring up helplines and get the help they need, that all the rest of us completely overlook. And so that was the biggest kind of shift, because I realised I'd been making assumptions up to that point, and that working with homeless entrepreneurs, I want to stop assuming things. I want to actually just be clear and speak to the people that it actually needs to help, and find out what really are the problems, and then work out how to solve them.
Very well explained. Well, would you recommend another professionals to become advisors with homeless entrepreneurs? If yes, please explain why.
Yeah, I think it would be great if we can have more advisors, simply because if you care about this issue and you want to help, and you are professional, then it doesn't really matter what industry you're in. You'll have developed a set of skills for problem solving, and you'll have a number of resources that can be applied to any type of business universally, or any type of organisation. And that if you're not sure how to help, talk to us, we work together, and then basically work out how your expertise, your resources can be applied to helping the bigger picture of homeless entrepreneur, who can then work towards this idea of really changing homelessness.
And last question, what can future homeless entrepreneur advisors do to collaborate with you as a homeless entrepreneur advisor?
Don't overthink it. Just, if you feel strongly about this and you want to get involved but not sure how, just talk to us. We're happy to just sit down, work through what you want to do, what you would like to get back from it as well, because it's important that it's a partnership. It's not just take. We want to build a community of people that all want to be empowered by this ideal, not just homeless people, but the partners involved as well. So yeah, just get in touch.
Okay, no, that's all. Very well structured interview. Thanks.
Thanks.
You very much. I thank you. Bueno, ¿ha llegado bien?
Hemos llegado fantásticos esta mañana.
¿Cómo has venido? ¿En moto o a pie?
No,